So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about what happened with you.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I want to touch on what you just said, because it's just so much of an element of perspective, because you never know what someone else's shoes are, so it doesn't matter. People that have grown up poor, people that have grown up rich, or people who have grown up white and people who have grown up black, like, they don't know what the other perspective is like, and they never really will. It's not, life isn't about a contest of who had it worst based on the experiences they had. And this is some of the stuff that I literally learned along my journey, because I was a professional victim is how I look at it now in the past. But I was bullied when I was in high school growing up, and it was a unique situation where a lot of people think of bullying and they don't necessarily think of the athletes that's happening to. It's more or less, you think of the weaker kid that they pick on, but in teams and sports, sometimes they do that to the weakest member, which was me, at least in terms of mentally. And so it started when I was in ninth grade, and I was just the freshman treated poorly by the seniors, but then as time went on, it continued through sophomore year and continued through junior year, and even continued to the point where the younger kids were actually doing it. And so it was no longer an older kid picking on the younger kid, it was just everybody kind of picking on me in a way. And it was hard for me, because it was a lot of people would always say, don't let things bother me, and the sticks and stones types of attitude. And I remember specifically stating how much I wanted to do that. I wanted to ignore them. I wanted to not let it affect me. I wanted to not freak out when they were doing things that were intentionally meant to make me freak out. Like, they were doing things intentionally, and I fed right into it. But it was also like, so those things happened, and then I moved to my next phase of life, and I felt like, when going to college, I got more confidence and things like that. But then what happened is those voices that were initially outward were also inward, and then they were stuck with me through my 20s and even early 30s of just beating myself up and being my own bully. And it made it tough, not always all the time, and I definitely don't think a lot of people knew, because I certainly kept it a lot to myself, and it would just blow up by myself at times where I just wanted to give up. And it was tough getting through and finding the mental peace that I feel like I have now.